What's up, y'all? This is Essence China of Rare Essence Academy, and today we're going to be talking about how to make good money as a hairstylist from home. I've heard people say you can make just as much money, you can charge as much as you do from a home as you do in a salon. Now, if you want to do that, I'm not saying that you can, but I'm telling you that there are some key things that you are gonna have to do in order to make that type of money, right? Because when people think home, when they think about they about to go get their hair done from somebody's home, they automatically think unprofessional. And that's what makes people not value it as much and therefore not pay as much. Now, I do not speak against home stylists because I started in the home, right? Y'all know my story. I started in my parents' laundry room when I was a teenager, and I made good money at that time. But the good money to me was a little bit of money, because all I needed was like a couple dollars just to go to Wendy's. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't need that much money. Like my expectations was not too high at that time. But what I'm saying is I started in the home and I would never knock it. Not only did I start in my home, I also, when I moved away to Maryland and I moved back to Phoenix, I got my own apartment and I braided out of my apartment. And at that time, there were a lot of salons that wanted me to come and work in their salon because I already had a reputation in my city. People already knew who I was, and they wanted me to come and work in their salon. And at that time, I didn't want to because I knew where I was going. I knew that I was planning to open my own salon and I didn't want to go build somewhere else. I just wanted to build on my own. So for whatever reason that you're working from home, it's okay. But what I want to tell you is how to do it. We can't just do it any kind of way. Now, when I was a kid and I was going to other people's houses, I was sitting on the floor. You know what I mean? Or I was in somebody's kitchen, and it was not always the best scenario. It was not always the best circumstances. And so when I decided to work from home, I always wanted it to be a professional environment. And that is key number one. You have to have a very professional environment. So what does a professional environment even look like? What does it feel like? We need that to be free of distractions. Your kids, your personal conversations. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we need to have this place to where it almost feels like we're in a salon. Like when we come into the space, we don't feel like we're in somebody's home, right? So when I first did my apartment, what I did was I ordered a salon chair. I went right online and found me a chair, a hydraulic pump chair, because I wanted the client to feel that they were in a professional environment, even if they weren't going to a business. They were coming to my apartment on the 3rd floor, okay? So they had to hike all the way up them stairs, and I had a 1-bedroom and a den. So when they came in, it was my living room, and I had my bedroom in the back, but my den was dedicated to my salon space. There was nothing was going on in there but other people getting their hair done. And then when I wasn't quote unquote open, I would watch TV in that room at the time when I had a TV. So it was set up like a salon. I had pictures all on the wall. I had my photo albums at the time because this was before Instagram, right? But what it did is it made a person think like, oh, you know, she values me as an actual client, and therefore they seen the value and they seen the professionalism and they were willing to pay my price. Some people feel like they can charge any kind of price and give any kind of service, and that's not the case. You have to have a professional, dedicated space. Key number one. Key number two flows into key number one, and that has to do with being on time. So key number one was about being professional and having a dedicated space, but being on time is a whole nother part of how people value you. If you start treating your business like a business, people will have to respect it as a business. They will have to pay you your price because you holding up your end of the bargain. And so be on time. If you told somebody to be at your house at 5 p.m., be ready for them. Be ready to welcome them. Be ready to receive them. But if a person comes and they have to sit on your couch and you just walking around like it's all leisurely, like you're not on their time at this point, then that's a problem. So if you feel like you want to be able to make the same amount of money that you would make in a salon, then you're gonna have to operate like a salon and operate like a professional stylist. And that means you need to be on time. So if we want people to honor us, then we have to value them in their time. And that is point number two, be on time. Point number 3 has to do with putting a personal touch on the service. Right now, the person is already coming to your home and they already may feel uncomfortable. You may even be feeling uncomfortable because you having some foreign people coming to your house. You know what I mean? So there's going to be uncomfortability on both sides. You're bringing somebody into your dwelling place. But if somebody's coming in and you're offering them a service, then cater to them. At least ask them, offer them a drink of water. Now, if you offer them a drink of water, make sure that glass clean. Don't be giving them no trifling looking glass. See, because again, this goes into perceived value. The more value that you're adding to the experience and to the service, the more somebody's willing to pay you and or tip you. And so if you're going to be doing hair out of your home, think about how you can be the most professional and offer the best experience. Don't make it feel like they're coming into your home. Now, some of you have dedicated entrances, which entrances mean that they can come in and not have to come through the main dwelling place, which is amazing. So in my parents' laundry room, we had a dedicated space. They could come around the side, come in through the laundry door, and all they were in was just right there in my space. Now, let's speak to the fact that they may need to use a bathroom. If they're coming into your house and they're getting their hair done, they may need to be there for a few hours. How clean is your bathroom? Right? So these are things that some people may not think about, but if you're offering a service, every part of the experience is going to be important. The cleanliness is huge. And I find that many stylists don't really realize that the standard that you have for yourself is the same standard. It pretty much is the only standard you can offer to somebody. That's why even the Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Whatever you're willing to give to yourself is what you're willing to give somebody else. But if your standards are low, and you just live any kind of way and it's not clean and it's not kept, then for the most part, you ain't gonna be able to go too much higher than the standards you have for yourself. And so I think that the more that we raise our standards as individuals, specifically if we're working out of our home, the better standard we can give to our potential clients. So I feel like that is the way that you can make more money as a stylist outside of your home, is to be professional, have a dedicated space, make sure that you have all the things that you need if you were in a salon. When I was braiding hair out of my apartment, again, I had the hydraulic chair, I had my photo album, I had all of my products all in a certain area. Like this was a salon suite before a salon suite ever happened, even it came about, right? And so these are the things that are gonna make people value more and pay you more. And let me just say, even if you don't have a dedicated space, it's okay. Again, in my apartment, I have my front door. They had to walk all over through my living room into my den area. So it's okay, but just make sure that that area is presentable. Now, if you have children, and I understand that if you have children, that obviously is something that you cannot control. However, you need to make sure that if you're providing a service, that you minimize somehow or another, make sure that your children are occupied so it's not interrupting in the service as much, because that one becomes a distraction. It also makes you take a little bit longer, and the client does not feel like they have this dedicated time, right? When people are paying you, they're paying you for the outcome of how the hair is going to look, but they're also paying you for the service as it's taking place. And so if it seems like there's not like no peace going on in the house and there's a lot of distractions and detours. And I remember when I used to go get my hair done, the lady, she would take breaks. She'd go smoke. She'd be doing a whole bunch of other stuff. She would go drop her kids off somewhere. Again, I was a kid, but still in all, like some people do not understand what it means to be professional. So just make sure that you have a place that's free of distraction and that is a place of peace. Peace, you know what I'm saying? Just let it be somewhere where they can just relax and just get their hair done. So I think that those are some great tips, and hopefully you'll be able to apply those. So if you're looking to make more money in the home, do those things. And remember that your business can only grow to the extent that you do as a person. And as you continue to invest in you, everything changes. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.